Hello and welcome to another episode of LiviusTV. I'm your host, Jason Bradkoff. Today we're talking about preparing for advanced placement or AP tests. Now the truth of the matter is the vast majority of students who are going to take AP tests are in an AP class. So you're already preparing for an AP test, probably. You've got an AP certified AP class teacher who is an expert in their field and they're probably awesome. Every class I took with an AP teacher back in the day when I was in high school was amazing and my AP teacher was amazing. And there are though a few people who take AP tests who don't have AP classes. Folks who are studying for a test that's not offered by their school, studying for a test when their school doesn't offer AP at all, or they're picking a topic that's one of the more rare AP tests. So you might be doing that on your own. But I'm not even really talking about that. I'm talking about really preparing for the actual test. All year long, you're taking an AP class. Let's say you're doing the homework, you're taking the quizzes, you're doing the tests, you're talking to your teacher, you're doing great. But then you want to think about the actual test. Remember, at the end of an AP class is the AP test. The advanced placement tests are 3 hours long. They're primarily multiple choice, although several of them have different types of essays. In fact, one of the most dreaded type of essays are for the history APs, the document-based question or DBQ. So preparing for this is more than just having the knowledge, more than just working well in the class, learning in the class, having good study skills in the class, and doing well in the class. It's also about learning how to take a test. And AP tests are extremely challenging. They're designed to be, they're meant to be. They're supposed to be hard. So one of the things you can do is think about practicing test-taking skills. There's a lot of really great skills you can use to help improve your chances on the AP test, especially when you have 60, 80, 100 questions before you even get to the essays. Now I'm primarily going to talk about the multiple choice questions and not the essays right now, and I'll probably end up doing other videos on those, but for now I want to talk about the multiple choice questions. In addition to having the knowledge you need for the AP test, you also want to think about how to deal with the questions. They're multiple choice questions. So a lot of times you may not be 100% certain of what the correct answer is, but you can pick out wrong answers. So a very powerful strategy for the AP is process of elimination. If you're looking at a question and you're not 100% certain, but you look down at those answer choices and you can eliminate 1, 2, sometimes even 3 bad answers, that might leave you with a better chance at finding the correct answer. Or if you've eliminated 3 out of 4, the correct answer by itself. Now I'm a big fan of Sherlock Holmes and I'm going to tell you this time and time again because I just love it. But there's one thing the character of Sherlock says in the movies, the TV shows, or if you go back and read the original books. It's a quote from the book. If you eliminate the impossible, whatever is left, however improbable, will be the truth. So that's kind of the theory behind process of elimination. If you eliminate bad answer choices, you're going to be left with good answer choices. And if you're left with 1 or 2, then you can make an educated guess. So that's a big thing you can do to eliminate stress on the test is practice process of elimination on the multiple choice questions. The other thing is to look for patterns in the questions and answers. If questions are asking you for something very specific, answer choices that might be factually true but don't answer the particular question, that's a way test writers trick students all the time. So look for questions that ask something very specific and answers that, while true, don't answer that question. You can eliminate those as well. They're not bad answers, but they don't answer that question. Another thing is you can look for questions that have answer choices that are either too general or too specific. They're trying to trick you with those answer choices. You want to find an answer choice that answers the actual question, doesn't get too broad, or doesn't get too specific and miss the point. So look for those things to help you do better on the AP. Now that's just a couple of pieces of advice. If you really want to prep, I'm sure you can find a teacher at your school, a tutor, or a place like Livius where you can take tutoring and prepare for that AP test. So if you have any questions about test prep for APs, the APs in general, or anything about education, please leave a comment below, whether this is Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, or any other platform where you're watching videos. If you leave a question, we'll try and answer it. We might answer it in the comments, or more likely we'll end up collecting them and making another video on the topic. Remember to like, star, heart, thumbs up, whatever your app of choice lets you do to tell us that you like the episode. And remember to share it with your friends and family, get them involved in the conversation. We also have a podcast, an audio podcast, also called Livius, where you can listen to audio from a lot of the videos or original episodes where we're interviewing experts in college admissions or college counseling or education theory, etc., and have some really great conversations. So remember to subscribe to these videos, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to the podcast to get all the original content and good stuff that you need to learn more about education. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, let's keep learning.